What's up, guys? My name is Andrew from Titan Martial Club. I have been training martial arts for the past 9 years, and I'm here to share with you everything I've learned throughout the journey and more. So without further ado, let's get started. So last week or last weekend, we learned something about punching, but we did it in a standing position. From here, we're just doing that, very light, no strength, just the technique. So this time, we want to move from here to a fighting stance and actually punching in the fighting stance. From here, we punch in the fighting stance. So we'll take it step by step. First of all, we'll do a recap of what we learned last time, and then we'll get to today's session or lesson. So from this position, I'll be demonstrating, and then we do together with my friend here. So if you're following with us, you can also do it together as we progress. So from here, we stand like this, feet together, feet facing forward like this. So your feet should be facing forward. Yes, not too wide, just comfortable. It's like you're walking. So the way you walk, that's the position you're staying in. And then, yeah, welcome. And then what you do is, yeah, feet facing forward. And then what you do from here is you straighten your punch like this. Yes. And then from here, you punch straight. And then from here, you change the other one, you punch. So what you're doing is you're replacing this punch here with the other one that comes. And then the reason this one is here is just for the basics, for you to get the technique. So it's not a must for you to, with time, we'll remove this one from here, because this one is mainly in karate. You see that a lot. When you're punching from the basic, you learn in this, using this technique. So I'm just using that one from karate because of the basics. So with time, we'll be punching from the fighting stance. But before that, we punch from this position here so that we get the technique, the hip twisting, the core engagement and everything. So let's get into position. We'll do it together. So from here, feet facing forward, and then you relax. You don't be tense. Yes. Completely facing forward like this. Yes. And then punch center line. From here, you always punch at your center line. So what you do is, when I say one, we go together like this. Or we can start from here, since he wasn't around last week. So you can start from here. When I say one, we pull, we punch again, like that, we pull, we punch again. So what you realize is your punch is supposed to travel from this position here, facing upwards, and then it twists and punches. When you get to your target, you're supposed to be facing downwards like this. So it's like the way a bullet travels. From here, you twist and then you punch through your target. So the twisting helps you to concentrate that power to one spot in your target. So you can just join, just move back a bit. So you can stand, you can stand here. Yeah, stand here. So from here, we are recapping the last sessions, what we learned. So from here, we're standing like this. One left hand stretched like this. You're straight, hands, feet facing forward. So we want to normalize feet facing forward, because it's basically the basic standing position when in martial arts, fighting, movement, everything. So you get used to feet facing forward so that you concentrate all your energy moving forward. So from this position, you relax. So we're all facing like this. Yes, not too high, just chest level. Yeah, chest level. Yes, airtight. Yeah, should be airtight. So what you're doing from here, thumb is wrapping like this. Yeah, thumb is, yes. So make it airtight, and then from here, you punch center line. And then what you do from here, when I say one, we punch like this, and then back. Like that, two, and back. So your focus is only to move this punch from point A to point B and back. So we do them together. We'll do 30 together, and then we change to the other side and get the same thing. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go together. 1, and back. 2, and back. 3, and back. 4, and back. 5, and back. 6, and back. 7, and back. 8, and back. When you come back, it comes all the way to your ribs. Yeah. And then you punch center line. Yes. Let's go 9, and back. 10, and back. 1, back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, back. 6, back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 10 more strong. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A bit of speed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, now relax a bit. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. So now we change to the other side. So we do the same thing. From here, both feet, both hands straight like this. Feet facing forward completely like this. And then from this position, you push back this other hand, the left hand now. So we are punching using the left hand. So make sure when you're pulling this one in, it goes all the way to your ribs, not just here, but all the way here. So that from here it comes straight to your target and back, straight and back. Remember, we're just learning the basic punches before we think of the fighting stance and actually the application. So from here, make sure you're going fully extended and back here, fully extended and back here. That's what you're focusing on, only that at the moment. So let's get together into position. Both hands straight in 3, 2, feet facing forward. Yes, like that. 3, 2, the left hand is like this, back. Yeah. In 3, 2, 1, we go together. 1, and back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, and back. 6, back. 7, and back. 8, back. 9, back. And 10, back. 20 more. 1, 2, 3. Wait, something else. Punch. When you punch, you relax here. You relax your shoulder. You don't go with your shoulder like this, but your shoulder is relaxed. Right now, we're not using any force. We're just practicing technique. And then with the time, we'll do something to do with the core. The core twisting and the hip rotation, like that. That's where the power comes from. So for now, we're just focusing on the movement of the punch from this position to your target. So no strength, very minimal strength, and then what you do is the punch travels straight and then twists at the end. So I'll demonstrate very fast. So from this position, your left hand is here, your right hand is forward like this, and then what you do from here, your punch travels from this point, and then it twists at the end of when you're hitting your target. That's when your punch twists. So it's like you're screwing through your target like this. So back here, and then what you do is you hold the twisting and then you do it at the end. That way you get to transfer the energy and concentrate it in one point. So we do that. That's what we're practicing right now. Just like that. From here, just that, and back, like that, and back, like that. So let's go 20 more. Left hand straight. Yes. Should be closed. Yeah. And then airtight. Should be airtight. No air spaces in between. Correct technique from the beginning. So from here, left, yeah. Left hand folded like this, right hand straight. So what you're basically doing is you focus on the twisting, like we said, you hold it and then you twist at the end. Where you're making contact with your target, that's where you twist. So let's get 20 together in 3, 2, feet facing forward completely. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. We go 1 and back, 2, back, 3, 4, 5, 6, back, 7, and back, 8, 9, and back, 10, and back, 1, and back, 2, and back, 3, and back, 4, and back, 5, and back, 6, and back, 7, and back, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Now relax. Relax your arms. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So after the short break, next we are doing some twisting. I want us to practice some twisting of the hip. We did that last time. So I want us to do a quick recap for that as well. So you realize we've been punching from here, just straight like this, focusing on just the movement of the punch. So I want us to focus on more about the technique, the twisting of the hip, where the power comes from. So from here, basically, the power doesn't come from your shoulders, as it might look when you're punching. The power comes from the hip rotation, the tensing of your core. So your body is supposed to be moving as one as you punch. So from this position, when you punch, it's like your body tenses at once at that point where you're making contact with your target. So from here, it's that and back. It's that and back. When you observe my body, the way it's moving from here, I'm tensing at that point of impact, that point where I'm making contact with my target. That's why I tense as I twist, and then I transfer that energy at once. So for someone who's starting out, those are a lot of things to focus on at once. So we'll just take it slowly. So from this position, we do left hand straight. Always make sure you're standing comfortable. Your feet facing forward, and at some point you may need to bend your feet a bit so that you're not straight like this. You can't do any explosive movement from this position. If you want to run, you have to be this way, to bend your feet a bit. If you want to jump, same thing. You have to come from a lower position. Same thing to when punching. If you want to transfer that energy from the ground through your body to your target, you must be bending your feet a bit. That's why you see people in fighting stance, they're not straight like this, but bent. So that way you can be able to explode, to move comfortably at any given time. So from this position, we're having our left hand straight like this, and then feet are bent a bit. So from here, what you do is focus on the twisting of the hip. Last time we did a technique like this. It's a drill. We twist, and then when I say one, you punch, and then you lock your hip. That you lock it. So with time, you'll be able to feel where the hip is locking, and then you get the technique. So from there, you'll be able to punch with the correct technique and actually generate a lot of power with your core and the hip rotation. So I want us to practice that. So from here, just slowly. Now, okay, from here, just slowly. No force, no energy. Just keep it simple. From here, try to twist your hip. So what you're doing is, so essentially what you're doing from this position, you're resting like this. Feet are bent a bit like this. And then what you do from here, when you're punching, your punch is moving from this point to this point, but then your hip is moving with it. So your hip goes the same direction as your punch, and then at the end, your punch, your waist locks on the opposite direction. So if you're punching this right hand, your waist goes with the punch, and then towards the end, where you want to twist and release that energy, your hip locks in the opposite direction. So it's like something like that. So from here, you go with it, and then you lock in the opposite direction at that point of contact, and that's how you tense your whole body and release the energy, and then relax after that. So the only time you're tensing is when you're releasing that energy onto your target. Any other time you're supposed to be relaxing. Even when you're fighting in fighting stance, just relax, don't tense. Okay, let's get it together. So from here, feet facing forward. Yeah, feet facing forward. This one a bit wide kidogo. Yes, wide. And then, yes, always center line. So you are facing forward. I might face this way, but you are facing forward. Yes, punching the two knuckles. So from this position, what you're basically doing, I'm starting this way so that you can be able to see. So from this position, what you're doing is using the hip. So from here, I'll suggest we start with the hip like this, the hip out like this. So what we do is we go and then twist in the opposite direction at the end. So from here, we start with the hip like this, out like this, and then we punch at the end where we're twisting. You lock the hip in the opposite direction. So you go with it and lock in the opposite direction, and then you will be able to feel it, to feel the energy being transferred onto your target. So let's get into position. Left hand straight, bend a bit. Then from here, what you do, yes, just straight. From here, what you do is hip. You start with the hip like this. So stretch out like this, stretch out like this, like this. So you start with your hip left, toes are pointing forward, but then your hip is out like this. So what you do is you punch, and then at the end you twist. You lock your hip in the opposite direction. You understand? Able to try? From here, let's go one. Again, one. So and the hip. Do this. Okay, not this, but this. You're twisting in the same position. It's like there's a pivot, and then you're just twisting around it. So the same movement from here, your hip is out like this, and then you move with it, and then towards the end, you twist in the opposite direction. It's your hip moving. Okay, so try that. Let's get it together. So you're facing forward, right hand pulled back like this, and then hip out. So from here we go together, one and twist. Just try to use the twisting, or try to twist your hip. So from here, let's go one, again, 1. You're not twisting, but you're not twisting, but it's like you're moving your whole body. You're moving your whole body. I want to twist just the hip. Just focus on the hip. Again. But the hip is not moving. So from this position, try this. Let's go here. 1, out and in. 2, 3, 4, waist. 5, yes, waist moving. 6, 7, out and in. 8, 9, out. 10. So your body is straight, but then your hip is twisting. Your hip is twisting like that. So let's try from here, left hand straight. Okay, don't even focus on the bending of the feet, just straight like this. Let's practice on the twisting of the hip. So from here, let's go together here. I want us to do this, and then when I say 1, you punch and lock. Again, we do this, and then when I say 1, we punch and lock. So try to use the hip. When you punch, try to lock your hip and see the direction it goes, because when you go with your hip, when you punch, naturally it twists on the opposite direction. So that's what we want. So let's get into position together, and let's go here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, lock. Again. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2, back. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, and back. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 4, and back. 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Again. I continue. Twist. So from here it's this and this. This, yes, like this. You see, there's a difference. Yes. So you're not shifting your weight from one side to the other, but you're balancing, still balancing, 50-50. And then what you do is just this. You see, just this, just like your hip is moving, like this, like this. Your feet are still in one place. Your balance is still at the center, but then your hip is the one moving. So from here, let's try together. So into position, and then twist the hip. 3, 2, 1, punch. Yes. When you punch, you lock in the opposite direction. That's good. 3, 2. No, you're shifting. Don't shift from one side to the other. 3, 2, 1, go. Again. 3, 2, 1, go. Again. 3, 2, 1, go. Again. 3, 2, 1, go. Also, same thing. Let's go together. From here, it's twist like this. Yes. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. And back. 3, 2, 1, and go. And back. 3, 2, 1, and go. So, your feet are still there. You don't bend one of them like this. From here, just the waist. From here, just the waist. Just the waist. So we can practice. Actually, you can start from the very basic level of it. Let's hold here. Let's hold here, and let's just go like this. Like this. Let's go. 1. We are here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the hip. 9, the waist. You see mine, the waist moving. And 10, 1, 2, and back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Twist the waist. 9 and 10. Okay, so we focus on that as we punch. So we'll do 30 for the right hand, and then we do 30 for the left hand, and then we continue. So from this position, just make sure you focus on the waist. It will come with time. Yeah, so from here, you're facing forward, and then toes pointing forward, feet pointing forward throughout. So yeah, basically, you're supposed to balance 50-50. You're supposed to lean on one side. Yeah, you're supposed to be 50-50 and then drop a bit. So from this position, what you do is left hand straight, right hand here. Yeah, so what we're doing is basically punch and back, punch and back, punch and back. So focus on when you punch, your hip should be moving. Yeah, let's go together in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, back, 2, back, 3, back, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, next 10, 20 more, 20 remaining. Let's go together. 1, 2, hip, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 10 more. Use the hip more. All right, we go together. Let's go. 1, back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Okay, relax. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's stretch forward here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, so now we change to the left side. We do the same thing from here, just practicing the technique still. So right hand straight, left hand here. Yes, like that. So right hand straight, left hand here. So what we're basically doing is the twisting technique. So we'll do this only 10 reps like that. Do this, and then when I say go, we punch and try to twist to lock the hip, and then we'll get 30 more with just the waist like that, as we try to focus on the hip rotation and actually get the technique. So from that position, let's go together here. Right hand straight, and then left hand here, like that, all the way here. And then yes, so the punch is traveling from here to that point. So this one is not moving, it's still there, but then you punch center line here, you punch the 2 knuckles, and then back here, yes. So when you punch, it's a punch. You don't just place your hand like this. When you're punching, make sure it's a punch. You release the energy from here. It's not just placing like this, but it's a punch. Make sure you're feeling the energy being released. So we'll do the technique of the twisting, and then we do 30 more without that. So let's get right hand straight, left hand here. All right, let's go together in 3, 2, 1, and go. Back here. Let's go 3, twist, 2, 1, go. Oh, sorry. Again, back here. 3, 2, 1, punch. Back. 3, twist, 2, 1, go. Back. 3, 2, 1, go. Again. 3, 2, 1, go. 5 more. Back here. Keep twisting. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay. 3, 2. Keep twisting. 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. One more. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Good job. Okay, relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now, still right hand straight, same position now. Right hand straight, left hand here. So what you're doing is we're punching with the hip. Focus on the hip rotation and the technique. So from here, what you're doing is when I say 1, we go like this and back. From here, like this and back. This and back. This and back. Make sure you're feeling your hip moving. So like I said, from here you're pushing with your hip, same movement, and then at the end, when you're twisting, your hip turns in the opposite direction and locks in that position. So try to feel your hip locking in that position as you punch, locking into position as you punch, just like that. So we're getting 30 together, and then you continue to the next one. So from this position, Slowly, no force, no pressure. Slowly at your own pace. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, 6, back. 7, back. 8, back. 9, back. 10, back. Next 10 together. 1, back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, back. 6, back. 7, punch. 8 strong. 9, 10. Relax a bit, and then do 10 more. So relax your shoulders, and then we do 10 more. You can relax. Yeah. So let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's go forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's go 10 more. Same hand. So right hand straight. We're punching with the left. So from here, it's 1 and back, 1 and back, 1 and back. So hip, very important. That's what you're focusing on. And then your punch is coming from this point to this point straight, and you're done. No more movements after that. So let's get into position like this. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go together. 1, back. 2, back. 3, back. 4, back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so the reason why I'm emphasizing the twisting of the hip is because when you punch, that's the center of all movement in the human body, the core. So as you move, as you punch, even when you're walking, basically your core is the one which stabilizes your entire body. So same thing to punching. Your energy or your the force comes from the core, the tension of the core, and the hip rotation. So you realize, maybe you've seen this when people are practicing, maybe in the punching bag. When they hit the punching bag, you might hear them exhaling like something like that. So that exhaling is the tension that comes, that when you tense at that point where you're hitting the bag, you get to release that energy onto your target. So the same technique here. So the twisting of the hip makes you transfer that energy effectively. Yeah, effectively, I mean. So your body is moving as one. Okay, so right now, I want us to do the same movement, but now we keep alternating. From here, we add a bit of movement to it. So we were doing this and back. This and back. So right now, we keep alternating. From here, we do this one comes here, and then it's ready to attack. And then it goes like this. This one comes here, ready to attack. Again, like that, like that, like that, like that. Slowly, like that. So that's what we're doing. So basically, we're learning how to, we're getting more into the application aspect of it, because from this position, you want to be punching like this, and then most likely when you're punching, or you want to be punching like this, I mean, and then here, you'll be punching from a fighting stance. So from a fighting stance, when you punch, this one is here, ready to attack, and also acts as a guard. If you punch this one is here protecting you, this one is committed, and this one is protecting you. Also acting as a guard here, because your shoulder is protecting your jaw. Same thing, when you punch this one is here ready. Go this way, this one is here ready. So it's the same movement we're practicing here by doing this at the basic level. So from here, let's stand, feet facing forward always. And then what you do from here is bend a bit like this. Don't be straight, bend a bit. So from here, what you do is you punch and alternate. You punch and alternate like that. Focusing on the waist as well. So we have added a movement to it. Focus on the waist, the traveling of the punch, and the exchanging of the punches. So if This punch is here. When I punch using the other one, it replaces. It goes in where this one was. Center line always. When I punch the other one, it replaces the other one. Same thing. When I punch this one, it replaces the other one. It replaces the other one. Which, observe how my waist is moving. Like that. So at first, no pressure, no speed, just a technique. So you can even do it slowly like this. And back, and back, and back. Something like that. So as we get the technique, the speed increases later on. So right now, just focus on the technique. So let's go together. Left hand straight. Always punch center line. Yes. And then from here, what you do, you replace this punch with that one. Yes. Yes. So this one comes like this. This one goes. When this one comes, yes, like that. Let's try. One. Okay, we can break it down into two. So instead of moving from here all at once, instead of moving at once like this, we can move from here. We punch, and then this one comes. We punch, this one comes. So that we break it down into smaller movements that are manageable. So from here, what you're doing is, from this position, we punch right, and then left goes back. We punch left, then right goes back. One after the other like that. So left hand straight, and let's do them together. We're doing only 30 reps. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go 1, waist, and then 2, left goes back. 1, 2, right goes back. 1, 2, left goes back. 1, 2, right goes back. 1, punch. 2, left goes back. 1, punch. 2, right goes back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm not seeing the waist. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. When you're standing, you don't stand like this. Stand straight here. Make sure you're straight completely. So you're not leaning forward. You're not leaning back. You're just straight, neutral. So from here, only the waist moving. And then, okay, when you punch, waist moving, and then this one goes straight. When you punch, waist moving, this one goes slowly like this. Punch, this one goes. Waist moves, waist remains, like that. So we do 20 more, like that. Left hand straight, yes. Left hand straight, yeah. Always punch center line. Don't be out like this, but center line, yeah. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, waist, 2, back. 1, 2, and back. 1, waist, 2, and back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 right, left goes back. 1, 2, 1, waist, 2, 1, yes, like that, and back, yes, again. So 10 more together from this position. It's coming with time. So from here, we do the same thing. So left hand straight, we do now, give me perfect 10 in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, punch, 2, pull back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Good job. Okay, relax. Let's stretch. You can walk around a bit. Keep stretching. Keep stretching. And then next, we'll do the same thing, but now from here, we've been doing this one after the other like that. So we'll try exchanging the punches. From here, you exchange and exchange. So slowly fast. So from this position, what we are doing is basically, this one is facing down like this, and then what you do with this one, it's facing up. So what you have to do is you twist this one to face down, and then this one comes here. So slowly, no pressure, no speed, just a technique. From here, like this, and then like this. When I say 1, we go like this, 2, like this. So what this does, it allows you from a fighting stance, just like this. You're basically, this one is facing, it's like horizontal. This one the same thing. So from here, when you punch, you see it's turning to face downwards, and that's as a result of you twisting to drill through your target. And then from this position, this one is coming the same movement, like this. So when this one comes and faces downwards, this one returns like this, back here. Same thing, same thing. So from this one allows us to practice for that switching of the punches, just like that, just like that. So we'll get 30 together, and then we'll see what next, depending on if we've understood at that point. So let's get into position. Now let's do it slowly. From here, left hand straight, and then what you do from here is you keep you exchange the punches. So this one goes where that one is. So from here, it's like this, back. From here, just slowly, let's go together. In 3, 2, 1, we go 1. Slowly. Make sure this one is landing facing downwards. This one is facing upwards like this. Just concentrate and focus. You'll get it. Let's go 2. Slowly. Yes. 3. Yes. 4. 5. 6. Yes. 7. 8. Strong. 9. And 10. Like that. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And then this one comes here to your ribs. 9. 10. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 1. 20 more. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Slowly. 7. With the technique. 8. Straight. 9. Straight. 10. Now 10 more. We go 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Together. 8. 9. And 10. Good job. Relax. So now, after this short break, we increase the speed a bit. So I've seen you've pretty much understood. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and then after this, I'll make sure I get back to each and every comment and give guidelines on whatever it is that you've asked about. So after this break, we are doing the same thing, but then with more speed. We increase the speed a bit so that the technique gets understood much better. So let's stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So from here, we're doing the same thing, but then we increase the speed a bit. So let's get into this position. When you're standing like this, left hand is straight like this, and the right hand is like this. Right hand is here, left hand is here. So basically, you're punching at your center line, always center line, and then feet facing inwards or slightly in, facing forward like that. They might be slightly in, no problem, but they should not be out like this, because from here you can't move effectively. So basically, they are facing forward, and then you bend them a bit. So from this position, you're able to punch, you're able to twist the hip, you're able to feel the energy being transferred much more effectively. So from this position, left hand straight. So what you're doing is a bit of speed to the same movement. From here, 1 and 2, that 3, 4, like that. So make it feel like a punch. Don't just place it, but make it feel like a punch by feeling the energy being transferred. So let's get into position. Left hand straight, feet facing forward, bend a bit. So don't move from that position. And then the only thing you're focusing on is the transfer of, the movement of the punches from this point to this point, and then this one comes here as you replace it like that. So we'll do some 50 reps, very easy one, just easy, no speed, and then we'll get to the next something else later. So let's get into position. This one is facing up, yes, like that. I'm ready to attack. So always punch center line. Yes, always punch center line. Yes, that's okay. So let's go together in 3, 2, 1. Let's go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hip 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2. Okay. Slowly. So slowly. So from here, like that. So from this position, you replace. Don't focus on speed. I realize when I put the target, the speed comes, technique goes out of the window. Okay, so just the technique. From here, we're doing 30 more because I think those are 20. Okay, 40 more then. 50 more. Okay, so 50 more. From here, let's go together slowly. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, black, 6, 7. Don't test tens, I mean. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Relax. Relax as I explain what we've just done. So what we did was basically training for when you're in a fighting stance and you're fighting. When you commit this one stays here. And then when you punch with this one comes back here, but then it has to twist from this position, twist back to this position, facing this way, so that it protects you, because you can't be like this and then you come back like this. You have to twist so that your arms stays comfortable naturally. So from this position, you're punching, twisting, and then this one goes like that. So the exchange is what we're practicing for. When this one commits, this one is here, and so on. So what we did was basically from a standing position, a very basic level, exchanging the punches just like that, slowly like that, slowly like that. When I face this way, you will be able to see it from here, slowly, just like that, just like that. Okay, so we can do it again. Let's do it again until it gets we understand it better. So you realize something about martial arts is it's like one technique can take a whole session practicing. So it requires a lot of patience, because this technique, once you understand it from the very basic level, you will be able to get even better results when moving on to the much more advanced techniques, because all this will be required later on when you're doing even the kicks, when you're doing the movements from a fighting stance. You have to, there's a way you move for you to be able to generate maybe force from any position. That's why you don't fight like this when standing. You have to be in a fighting stance, and then from here you can be able to generate, you can move in all directions, and as you move you can be able to attack as well. So that's the essence of mastering the fighting stance and the movements. So we're not yet there at the fighting stance and the movements, but we are building slowly, just slowly from the basics. So from here we did this, so we're doing the same thing, but now more speed this time. So give me your best, like just focus on the exchanging of the punches and also the hip rotation. That's a very important aspect of the martial arts training that we're doing. So hip rotation, make sure every time you're throwing a punch, there's some hip rotation you're feeling, and then you lock at the end. Yeah, so focus on that. We get 50 more, just slowly, no speed, no pressure, but a bit of strength. Just feel the punches. It's a punch. It's not just placing your hand. it's a punch. So make it feel like a punch. So let's get into position. Left hand straight. Yes, left hand straight, and then don't lean on one side. From here, you're straight. Your toes are pointing forward, and then you bend up a bit like here. And then from this position, what you're basically doing is focus on the hip rotation and the movement of the punches. Just that. Just that. From here, it's straight to your target, nothing else. From here, it's straight to your target and nothing else. So you finish the technique. So you tense at that instant and then you release, you relax. You tense when you're making contact. That point is when you tense and then you release everything. Just relax. From here you relax, and then as you punch, you tense at only that point of contact and then you relax. So 50 more, very light ones, but a bit of strength. Make it feel like a punch. Let's go together. Left hand straight, feet facing forward. You bend a bit. Let's get them straight. Straight punches, very good punches. Give me your best 50 in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, hip, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to see the hip. 8, 9, 10. 30 more, 30 more. Same position. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. Now 10 more. I want to see the hip moving. All right, let's go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Goes back here. Yeah, yes. And 10. Good job. Okay, relax. Stretch a bit. You can walk around. Stretch a bit. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, if you have any questions, any clarifications that you might need, anything you're not understanding, you can always post it in the comment section, or you can reach out via email. The email is in the description, and then we'll get back to you as soon as possible with the explanation. We'll break it down in the simplest way possible for you to be able to follow and understand. So right now, we're doing still doing the punches. We're not yet we are not yet at the point of incorporating the fighting stance, because that's a whole another movement. So I want us to understand the basic punching technique, the hip rotation and everything, and then we'll get the stances as we progress, even the movements, how to punch from a fighting stance, all that. They need the basics first, and then now as we advance, we make sure that the basics are well understood. Okay, so a short break and then we continue. Okay. So something to point out, something I have observed. Now you realize that as I train with them, I get to find some mistakes, and then when I address them, we get to learn, all of us. So something I've realized is the hip rotation, something very difficult. So what you can do to practice for it, you can just from this position, the hip is supposed to move like this. Now, I observed that you might be moving your body like this, or your body might be moving something like this instead of the hip. You see, there's a difference between this shifting from one position to the other, like this, shifting from one position to the other, and the twisting of the hip. So basically, the twisting of the hip is just that. So from here, with the punch, that's how it appears. So from this position, you're basically going, you're pushing. It's like your hip is pushing your punch, and then at the end is where your hip locks. Because your hip is here, it locks in the opposite direction. So it might be moving in the same direction as the punch, and then the end where you're locking, your hip locks in the opposite direction. So from here, it looks like something like this. They go together and then you lock at the end. Together and then you lock at the end. Together and then you lock at the end in the opposite direction. So what you basically notice is that as you twist and lock the hip, you're transferring that energy. Even your body is tensing, is moving as one. So you realize for you to transfer as much energy as possible or to generate as much force as possible with your punch, you have to twist your hip and tense the core at the same time. So at that instant where you're making contact with your target, you're basically tensing your entire body. Tensing your entire body at that one like microsecond, that one moment when you're making contact with your target. After you transfer the energy, you relax. And that's how you generate effective force. So just a drill, maybe throughout the week as you practice, you might practice for this. So for the twisting, you can just do something simple like this. Make sure you twist, your hip is moving. Your waist is moving like this, because I realized one problem is the hip is not moving as it should. It's moving something like this, while it's supposed to move round like this. Remember, you're not moving your body from one side to another. It's just hip. Yeah, it's like a pivot here and then you're twisting around. So even punching, you're basically not moving forward and back, but just twisting. From this position, you're just twisting and twisting and twisting. Your center line remains and then just twisting. That's what you do. Yeah, another thing is the exchanging of the punches. So one drill is for the hip. So as you train through the week, when we meet next week, I'll recap on the hip twisting a bit, but I expect you to go and practice on your own about the hip rotation. And then something else is the punches, the way they move. From here, like I said, you move with the hip rotation. And then at the point of contact, you tense with your core. So I'll make a short video about this one and then I'll post it on YouTube and all other social media platforms so you can be able to follow along. So I'll outline the specific key areas you're supposed to focus on as you practice for it, as you throw the punch. The hip movement, the core tension of the body, the exchange of the punches, how they're supposed to move, and also, yeah, basically everything we've talked about here. I'll put it somewhere and then I'll be able to share. So be sure to subscribe and then we'll get them together. So that's it for today. It has been an amazing session. I've really enjoyed the session. Tell us in the comment section what you think about the session. Any questions, just put them down. And then we'll be able to get back to you at our earliest convenience. So until next week, we're meeting at the same time for something else. So this time we are progressing. So you realize we've started from the basic, very basic level, and then we build up onto the techniques with more advanced ones. But before we move to the more advanced techniques, we should be able to understand, to have a very strong foundation before moving on to the next one.